If you've inherited an IRA, listen closely. There is a single digit on a single tax form that decides whether you keep your money or pay a big penalty to the IRS. And I'm not talking about income tax here. This is a specific fine that most beneficiaries, frankly, do not owe. It all comes down to one tiny box on Form 1099-R. You see, Box 7 is basically the instruction manual for the IRS computer. Get the code wrong, and it automatically triggers a 10% penalty. That's a huge chunk of your inheritance gone. And it's a penalty that's completely separate from your regular income tax, all because of a common error. So, welcome. Today we're going to do a forensic audit on what I call the death code. Our mission is simple. We're going to decode Box 7, pinpoint a very common and costly mistake that financial institutions make, and then I'm going to show you the manual override you can use to fix it yourself before you even file your taxes. Okay, let's get right into it. To really audit your form, you have to speak the language of the IRS computer. It's a machine. It doesn't read handwritten notes, it just reads codes. And Box 7, well, that's where it gets its instructions. There are 3 codes you absolutely have to understand to protect your money. First up is Code 7. Think of this as the baseline. It just means normal distribution. If you're 59.5 or older, this code tells the IRS, hey, everything's standard here. The money is still taxable income, that's a given, but you are completely safe from that extra 10% penalty. This is the all-clear code. Now here's the one you really have to watch out for. Code 1. This thing is a penalty beacon. It screams early distribution, no known exception. If the IRS computer sees a 1 and you're under 59.5, bam, it automatically slaps on that 10% excise tax. So if you took out $50,000, that's $5,000 just gone. This code is the enemy in our audit today. And that brings us to your protection, Code 4. This is your death shield. It signifies that the money is coming to you because the original account owner passed away. And the tax code is crystal clear on this. Distributions to a beneficiary due to death are exempt from that 10% penalty. Your age is completely irrelevant. Doesn't matter if you're 25 or 55. If you see a Code 4, you are shielded. So you're probably wondering, if Code 4 is the right code, why in the world do so many beneficiaries get a form with the dangerous Code 1 on it? Well, the answer is that it's not your mistake. It's a system glitch. It's a trap set by what I like to call a lazy algorithm in the software that banks and brokerages use. And here's how ridiculously simple this error is. The bank's software spits out the form for you. It checks one thing, your birth date, sees you're under 59.5, and it just defaults to the penalty code, Code 1. The software is programmed to check your age, but it completely ignores the reason you got the money in the first place, that it was a death benefit. It's a tiny clerical oversight that triggers a very real audit risk for you. Now, this glitch becomes especially dangerous for a surviving spouse who's under that 59.5 age line. Right after you inherit the account, you face a major decision, and your choice has huge tax implications. This is what's known as the spousal fork. You've got 2 paths. Option 1, you can treat the IRA as your own. You become the new owner. But here's the catch. If you're, say, 55 and you need to take money out, those withdrawals get slapped with a Code 1 and you get hit with the penalty. The safer path is often option 2, remain a beneficiary. The account is officially an inherited IRA, and any money you take out is protected by the death shield, Code 4. If you're a younger spouse who needs that money, this distinction is absolutely everything. So let's just boil this all down. Look at this chart. The real danger zone is right there in that top row. A beneficiary under 59.5 should have Code 4. The dangerous error is getting Code 1 instead. The consequence? A false 10% penalty. This is the single biggest error we're here to fix. Okay, so the audit is done. You pulled out your 1099-R, you looked at Box 7, and there it is, a 1 staring back at you instead of the 4 you know should be there. So, now what? What's your next move? Well, you've got 2 options. The first is what I call the hard fix. You call the bank, you try to explain the situation, and then you wait. Weeks, maybe even longer, for them to issue a corrected form. You're on their schedule. But there is a much, much better way, the soft fix. This is your manual override. You file 1 extra form with your tax return, and you correct the bank's error directly with the IRS. You take back control. And that manual override, it's IRS Form 5329. Now, I know what you're thinking. The official name is Additional Taxes on Qualified Plans, which sounds intimidating. But here's the thing. You're actually using it to prove you don't owe an additional tax. This form is your direct communication line to the IRS to set the record straight. Here is the exact play-by-play. On Form 5329, you're going to go to Part 1, Line 2. First, you enter the total amount of the distribution from your 1099-R. Then, you enter the exception code, and that all-important code is 04. That number stands for the death benefit exception. This simple entry is incredibly powerful. It sends a direct command to the IRS computer that says, hey, ignore that wrong code 1 you saw on the 1099-R. This distribution is exempt because it was a death benefit. And just like that, the 10% penalty that was automatically calculated, it drops to 0. You've successfully overridden their mistake. So let's run through our final audit checklist, just to lock this all in. 1. Always check box 7 on a 1099-R for an inherited account. 2. For any beneficiary, the correct code should be 4. 3. If you see a 1, just know the IRS computer is going to charge you a 10% penalty unless you do something. 4. Your tool to fix it is Form 5329 using exception code 04 on line 2. And finally, for any surviving spouses under 59.5, remember, keeping that account classified as inherited is what keeps your penalty shield intact. You now have the system knowledge. You have the correction protocol. The question isn't about what the codes mean anymore. The real question is, are you prepared to check box 7, perform the audit, and protect your legacy from a completely needless penalty?